Hello, I'm CJ Werleman, and in this episode, we examine why so many American celebrities are converting to Islam during Ramadan. But first, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our show. Now let's get into it. When we started this show 3 years ago, we not only wanted to bring attention to injustices in the Muslim world, but also we wanted to counter Islamophobia by showcasing how Islam is making a profoundly positive impact in countries that have long been hostile towards the Islamic faith. Because when you understand how Islam nourishes and improves individual lives while also transforming once broken, crime-riddled communities into peaceful and harmonious sanctuaries, then you come to understand how every Islamophobic narrative, stereotype, and trope parroted in media is a deceptive and malicious lie, with roots tracing back to either the malignant Zionist lobby or the virulent Hindutva lobby. We have demonstrated this time and time again, and we will continue to do so until every non-Muslim person everywhere in the world accepts these undeniable facts to be true. But what is also true is the way in which the Palestinian people, through their courage, defiance, and unshakable belief in God, are inspiring an entire generation of Americans and Europeans to embrace the religion of Islam. And this is not a matter of opinion. This is a matter of fact, as reported widely in the mainstream media, and as reported on this program here, and also here, where we recently revealed this program has encouraged many to convert to Islam too. And as a journalist and activist who has covered and countered Islamophobia for 1.5 decades, I have never, ever witnessed anything like what's happening today. This is the start of the Islamic Renaissance period. You see, the Western world is changing its attitude towards Islam on a scale never seen before. You can see it, you can feel it, and you can now measure it by quantifying what is shaping up to be the miracle of all Ramadan miracles. And by that, I mean the unprecedented number of bona fide celebrities who have converted to Islam during the first week of the current Islamic holy month. But we start with American rapper Lil Jon, who converted by taking his shahada at a mosque in downtown Los Angeles last Friday. This is an artist who earned more than $30 million from Billboard topping hits such as Get Low and Turn Down for What. He was also one of the headliners alongside Usher and Ludacris during the halftime performance of the recent NFL Super Bowl. But here he is today declaring his faith to Islam.
I testify that there is no one worthy of worship except Allah alone without partner. And I testify that Muhammad is his servant and final messenger. Allahu Akbar. MashaAllah. Allahu Akbar. MashaAllah. Congratulations. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep you firm upon the path of his obedience. Congratulations, brother. Welcome to the community. Barakallahu feek.
When it comes to global superstars, there's none bigger in the history of combat sports than UFC legend Royce Gracie, a Brazilian-born US citizen who announced his conversion to Islam on March 3rd, shortly after appearing as a guest on The Dean Show, which is hosted by my friend Eddie Redzovich. I will come to the moment that opened Royce Gracie's heart to Islam in a second. But first, here's how UFC commentator Joe Rogan described his influence over the sport of mixed martial arts.
Royce Gracie proved it in the UFC, and he changed martial arts forever. And that family's probably the most consequential, the most important, significant family in the history of martial arts. The Gracie family changed martial arts worldwide.
It's funny, man.
In a recent episode, I explained why Islam is the reason why Muslim men are dominating the fighting world by arguing that Muslim fighters are able to train harder with more discipline and less fear than their non-Muslim opponents. But Gracie's conversion certainly puts the metaphorical icing on the cake. This is the moment he embraced his new faith.
The core of what makes a Muslim is your belief, what we call aqidah, belief, right? So you, as Royce Gracie, you believe that there is none that should be worshipped except one God? Yes.
Correct.
You believe that God sent messengers?
Yes.
Abraham, Moses, Jesus, Muhammad, you believe they were messengers?
Yes.
That's a Muslim. That's it.
I can go to Mecca now.
Now you can go to Mecca. We're gonna do your shahada. We're gonna do the testimony, and then we're gonna go to Mecca together. How's that?
We gotta go to Mecca one day.
We'll do it, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, I already know that.
Now, we still have more celebrity conversions to report here. But first, I want to make what you might call a shock prediction. So here it goes. I predict that Joe Rogan will soon convert to Islam. which will be a truly earth-shattering moment for the Islamic faith in the Western world, given he counts among the most influential people on the planet, having hosted the world's most popular podcast for years. But before you call me crazy, let me explain the reasons for my prediction. Firstly, I know Joe Rogan, at least a little bit, having appeared on his show as a guest in 2014 to discuss American politics and religion for nearly 4 consecutive hours, in which he did not hide his disdain and hatred for all religious faiths, including, and in particular, Islam. He has not only said some truly hateful things about Muslims, but also has repeatedly hosted infamous Islam haters such as Richard Dawkins, Sam Harris, Hirsi Ali, and Majid Nawaz, to dish even more poisonous venom on the Islamic religion while also defending Islamophobia.
As soon as you talk about this incredibly restrictive, misogynistic culture that's based on an ancient series of rituals and beliefs, you become a racist and a bigot by talking about a reality.
And they're not a race. You're talking about culture. And it's important to make that distinction as a Western chauvinist, that I think the West is the best. I don't care what race you are. But I don't think that other cultures are different. I think they're worse. And Islam is 500 years behind us.
But here's the thing. The more a person hates Islam, the closer they begin to examine it. And the more they study the Quran and learn about the life and times of the Prophet Muhammad, the sooner their prior misunderstandings and prejudices unravel and disappear before their very own eyes. This was certainly the case for me 15 years ago, which I explained recently in this episode here. And it was also the case for Dutch politician Joran van Cleveren, who converted to Islam while doing research for an anti-Islam book. And I strongly feel that this will be the case for Joe Rogan, who has gone from saying the worst things imaginable about Islam in the past to saying positive things like this today.
It's one of the most popular religions in the world, but it's a religion that embraces discipline. You go through Ramadan, you're not eating all day, you're not drinking any water all day.